Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be playing another game of League of Legends. I'm the Strategy Professor, and this is part of an ongoing series where we're trying to work our way up to Diamond by only playing support every game without a dedicated duo. So we had fallen on hard times. We finally pulled out a win. We had been on a pretty large loss streak, and I had to dodge 4 games in a row. So it looks like, I looked at the last match, we'll see. We had been getting paired with diamonds again, but now it seems like we're getting paired with low golds again. It's unfortunate. And I've explained in a past video how that happened. I tanked my MMR by duoing with gold 4, gold 5 friends, but I'm not sure how it went back to going against platinums to now going and playing with gold 4s and gold 5 again. I'm not really sure how it keeps jumping around so much. I wish there was a lot more visibility in the process. And that explains also why I've had to dodge so much and how I've had so many weird lopsided games, because it's a lower elo and I hadn't adjusted my expectations. Okay. As the lower the elo goes, you run into a lot more variance, so games will be blowouts one way or another because someone on one of the teams will be raging. Someone will pick really weird picks like Talon or something middle, which it's like, if you're going to play Talon middle, why don't you just play like LeBlanc or something like that, you know? Like, it's an assassin, it has kill pressure also, but it's just a lot safer. People ban things like Yorick, I don't know. It's really just a different game as you go down the elo ladder, which doesn't mean that I can't win it. It just means that I have to adjust my gameplay and how I win. And I mean, I guess that's pretty cool because a lot of viewers are probably in the silver, bronze, low gold category. I may have some people watching me that are a bit higher, but this is probably a pretty good indication of how kind of games you guys and gals might be playing. So we'll see. Now, I just did a couple of games with Alistar, and I think I like Alistar again in the current meta for a couple of reasons. One game I lost, one game I won, but the game that I lost was looking pretty good. One, assassins are back, so especially assassins that don't have CC but have really high burst damage and are really mobile. So that's LeBlanc. That is Kha'Zix, primarily. Both of those, I've seen a lot of those in all of my games lately. Now, LeBlanc is banned this time, but Alistar is very good at those because they have to jump forward, and you get into melee combat to finish you, basically. LeBlanc will often try to jump right on top of you for maximum damage, and if you're quick enough with your Q, you can stop them. Now, Tahm Kench, if I'm close to them, I can react fast enough to eat somebody, but the problem is they can just run you down after that. Tahm Kench is much better suited against champions that are going to have really heavy CC on you. So, Ashe, Morgana, Leona, all of these things, Tahm Kench are very good things. And we're going to have, okay, well, he's going to go with Gangplank. I can do, Tahm Kench is okay here. I think I'm going to try out Alistar again now, because I don't know who they're, I did ban out Jin.
Nothing can hold me
We kind of
back.
need some more Initiate as well. That's the thing, Alistar also doubles his Initiate if you need him to do that. And Tahm can't really Initiate. I do still like Tahm Kench, but I also want to mix it up from a broadcasting perspective. I want people to see some different things. I mean, I know everyone loves Tahm Kench, and I definitely will play more Tahm Kench. But, I mean, there's a lot of Tahm Kench on this channel. There's like 32 Tahm Kench games, so I want to show a little bit of variety also. Tahm Kench would have been really good in a Karthus, because you can eat people, obviously, where they're not going to die. But Alistar has much more kill pressure in lane too. Like, you can... Who was that? I think that was someone on our team. Alright, I'm gonna wait a second. You should always wait after somebody dodges. I've said that before in past videos, but I think it's good just to remind people of that. And this might be the first video that someone's been watching. That you always want to wait after a dodge for a few reasons. Number one, someone on your team could go over there as a defector, and they might know, or even if they don't go over there, they're going to know which champions your team wants to pick. And let's say that someone thinks that Kog'Maw is OP or something like that, and they ban Kog'Maw, and that's the only champion this guy can play, or he just really wanted to play Kog'Maw, and now he's tilted because he can't. So that could happen with a lot of champions. So one is, it could disrupt the picks that you wanted. Number two is, and this isn't as relevant here, because this guy was on our team, I think. Yeah. But if somebody dodges, there's a pretty high probability that, there's at least a decent probability that someone is trolling over there. Either they're mad, or they just picked a champion that doesn't really work or fit correctly, or something like that. So you're really putting yourself at risk if you go back into a game that's been dodged. Because it could have intel, it could tilt your team. Now, it could work the other way around. I mean, if you guys had the troll, I think most people understand that if you have a troll on your team and someone on your team is nice enough to dodge so you don't have to dodge, you should wait. But I think not enough people think that, oh, there might be a troll on the other team if there was a dodge, so I should wait. But yeah, just wait. It just takes a little bit of variance out of it. Just get 10 fresh new people in there, ideally. Let's see who we get. That's not the same guy, I don't think. What did I say? That's weird, because these are like the same champions. Who joined the room? Segments. Strife. What, remade? What was that? Okay, with your pre-made. Alright, I didn't have it pre-made. I don't know. I think it's different people. It's just similar picks, which is kind of weird. Okay, this team looks pretty good. God, I really hope he doesn't do Tristana. I don't understand the allure of Tristana. Like, Tristana is so bad. So bad. Right now. It's like unspeakably bad. Like, she can get towers faster than other AD carries. Like, there's nothing. Because in this meta, I don't know if I posted up the game where I had a Tristana on my team or not. It was a loss. But Tristana is really bad. Because she doesn't have a lot of kill threat in lane. Her only kill threat is if she jumps on you with a W, which is extremely dangerous. And you shouldn't ever really jump in with your W unless you're like certain you're gonna get the kill and the jungler's not there. So, and as she doesn't have good trading in lane. Her little, when she kills things, it blows people up, or it blows up the minions, so that it makes it really hard to last hit, especially under tower. And her range is really low early on. It does get higher later on, but it makes her very vulnerable to getting hit by CC and other things. As she scales, yeah, she has an attack steroid, but she doesn't have any on hit. So she's not going to scale nearly as hard as something like Jinx, Ashe, all these other champions that benefit from on hit. I do have a Braum. Tahm Kench is okay here. I think Alistar's really good too. Alistar has lockdown CC to follow up the Vi. I thing about Tom can cancel Zed's ult. We'll go Alistar though. Alistar just has more kill pressure.
Nothing can hold me back.
And also, Alistar's okay against Zed. Like, if they Zed ult somebody, you can stand right on top of them and then Q, and it's going to CC for a long time. Okay, so they have one healing threat champion. But they also have a Zed, so I really need exhaust for Zed. Alright, so these are the runes that I run. Let's go health. I mean, Bond of Stone. Maybe Bond of Stone is okay. It would block some Zed damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I'd much rather just get a ton of health, because Alistar's not nearly as tanky as he used to be, so I just want a lot of health to help offset the tankiness. Or the hit to tankiness that he took a couple patches ago with his ult. So, yeah, just to put a bow around the Tristana conversation, is that she doesn't have on-hit. So, things like Jinx rockets, Jinx can use those rockets and get, like, when she attacks with the Hurricane, she gets multiple rockets that she fires. That just does a massive amount of damage in fights. You have Ashe, it helps her build her focus better. I'm not quite sure about the Ashe mechanics, I haven't played her since the rework. But it's pretty good on Ashe. Then you have Twitch, of course, gets to stack a lot of poison on people. And just all of these other champions get huge benefits out of on hit. Or they have other things, like Sivir just has insane clear, and with crit, all of her little boomerangs crit. Like Tristana just doesn't have any of those bonuses going on. So I would recommend not playing Tristana. Vayne is similar. Unless you see two large tanks on their team, and you think the entire time you're just going to be auto-attacking tanks, then I would not play Vayne. Because Vayne is a losing lane, she has no pressure. Very similar to Tristana. No pressure, no scaling with really good items right now. Like, she can be good, but it's a problem. Jinx is pretty solid. I do like Jinx. Right in this patch currently right now, 6.16, I think that Sivir and Jhin are better. Next patch, 6.17, I think Jinx is going to be much stronger. I don't really mind a meta where Jinx is super strong, though, because she has no escapes, really. So, you can engage and kill her. And her rocket is a single shot, skill shot. So, she's a lot more healthy than Jhin is. Jhin is imbalanced, like, very imbalanced right now, and I hope they just, like, smack him in the face next patch, because he's got a lot of problems that I've described before. But Jinx is a more kind of fair version of Jhin, like just powering out of control, has a long-range kill threat, but she can't initiate with her ult. And she doesn't have, she has a snare with her chompers, but they have a delay, and they don't have, like, 1500 range to them. So right now, she's just kind of like a worse Jhin, for the most part. Like, she's better at auto-attacking, like, she's probably better at sustained damage versus tanks, but... Anyways, I like this matchup. I think we definitely have a good chance. Now, Swain has Ignite. It's either mid or top. One or the other. They both have Ignite. Okay, so we definitely want... I think we want health. Yeah, they have... Yeah, we definitely want health. And I want to fight down there. So I'm gonna get pots. Now Alistar has a lot of kill pressure in lane, especially with Jinx, because if I knock someone up, Jinx can throw her chompers down, and they need to be very careful with these pushes.
Nothing can hold me back.
Get his flash, get his flash. Okay, we got it. Good. Because if I do the combo and Jinx throws down the traps, then that's like a very, very long CC chain.
Now I'm angry.
And if you just get a fairy charm or two early on, you can always sell them back. But it gives you so much extra pressure. Because you can heal through any trades that you take with your E. and you can just constantly WQ because they really can't fight you back after you WQ. Like, maybe with Braum they can, sort of, kind of. But he has to be able to hit his Q skill shot if you do that. So if he's separated, if he's like on the edge of the CC line, he's like on the edge of the CC line trying to use Q, or you see him physically use Q, that's your chance to go in. So it does cost a lot of mana to do that combo though, so you have to be a little bit careful. The Braum is very dangerous 2-on-2, especially with Lucian, because both of Lucian's shots proc the Braum passive. Alright, we should hit tier 2 first. I could use my Q right now to assure that we get that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save it so that I have it for when I can combo. Who's there, jungler? Lee said. Okay, so we have to be careful because Lee could come down here. Oh, missed it. Just out of range. And I always like maxing Q first in case you miss your combo, because the thing that's going to go on cooldown if you miss your combo is your Q, not your W. So, well, most of the time, I guess you could mess up the W and the Q, but either way, your Q's going on cooldown if you try the combo. Also, I think it's just a better form of CC too. I'd rather have that AoE knockup, and it lets you wave clear after you get a kill. So we need to be careful here, because Vi is invading, so we want to keep an eye on that. I usually don't like invading in solo queue that much. I mean, we know where Lee is, though. He's at their blue, because they warded it, so. Just let her get a shot in there. Okay. I mean, all she has to do is just throw a rocket or two. So we got a little bit of damage on him. It's not a huge deal, but a little bit. She's using a lot of mana to farm, which is not awesome. She needs to save that for trades. Some action middle. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay. It's really hard to trade when they're in a tower like this. You have to be careful here. Lee could be coming now. That's on cooldown, so I can go in. Yes, that's a fine trade. I'm cool with that. Just anytime an opponent uses an ability, if you have kill threat in lane, then just go ahead and do it. Like, use your stuff. It's your window, so I saw that Braum missed Q. Okay, I know Lee is top, so I don't need to use a ward here. Yeah, let's get some hits in there. Excellent, good job. I'm really surprised he didn't hit me from free stun. I don't know if Lee crossed over to bottom lane or not. I lost my eyes on mid. Okay, here he is. Okay, you shouldn't do that to the wave if you're Lucian, because you're going to miss a lot of CS. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and heal her up a little bit. Okay, so we know Lee is top lane. Yeah, we just get a couple of trades there. We don't have to go all in. It's fine. Alright, got a flash. If he hits me with that, I have to flash. But if I could have dodged it, then I didn't have to flash. So I should have noticed that Zed was missing bottom. He may have, I think, maybe he just died and came back? I don't know. I think Jinx, did she save? No, she had to flash, so that's kind of dangerous. So we have to be careful down here now. But I think at least one of them flashed too. I don't remember which one did. I should have paid attention to that. Okay, we need to probably back. Yeah, we need to back. Like, because they backed. Anytime they get a buy, you need to get a buy, most of the time. Okay, good. So it's going to go into tower. They're going to lose at least... They might lose the cannon? I don't know. Okay, we want a sight stone now. For sure. I don't need anything else. Let me sell one of these. Sell 2 of those and get a fairy charm. Because I can heal myself with my roar. That'll let me trade a little bit more in lane. Biscuits are obviously really good, but I was very tight on cash there because I need a pink and I need a sight stone there. I need maximum vision. On the dangerous side. I mean, she could die right here. There's an argument, though, for me not even going there. Okay, and Nivea's coming too. Okay, they might get some kills. We'll see. If she gets a wall off. Oops. I messed up that combo. So that's what I was talking about in the last Alistar video, is that if they're just barely outside of Q range, but they're not maximum W range. Nice. Then it's really hard to hit the combo. I don't even think it's possible, because they changed the way that it works, so that there's a slight delay to when you do your Q. But if you do it after that slight delay, then it's always going to work. So they made it easier for max range headbutt combos, but not for mid-range ones. It really threw me off as an Alistar person who's been playing Alistar for years. Yeah, okay, good. So we have another friendly player here. That's just... I know everyone wants to win ranked and it's serious, but if you just keep a good team morale, like, it's so huge. I could have probably controlled this bush instead, but... Alright, Braum is kind of on the low side. I do have ult, I do have some mana back again. I also had a subscriber ask me, a new subscriber asked me which, and I'm sorry I'm blanking out on the name, it's Salee? I can't, or Salia? I can't remember. Apologize if I slaughtered this. I think it's from another, it's a name I'm not familiar with, I'll say that. So my pronunciation is terrible. I'm just a Southern American, and yes, I do teach literature at a university, but my pronunciation is not always on target, but I think it was Salee. And, you know, she asked me which champions I like for carrying at Silver Elo. And I mentioned Alistar as one of them, so I think it's kind of cool that I get to sort of showcase that a little bit too. I think Tahm Kench is really good too, but I did mention Alistar, so I just want to give a little demonstration also of why Alistar's good. And I just think that he's good and I want to gain some Elo. So I think people just kind of wrote him off because of the nerf to his ult, but he still was really solid. Braum could have ult back, so I don't want to do anything crazy under tower. Usually if he wastes that CD, you want to get a combo in. careful.
Nothing can hold me.
Okay, they're just dead. How are we looking CS-wise? 73 to 90. Okay, so we're winning. That's about what I would expect. So we just have superior pressure here for now. I need to stay for this experience, though. Once it's pushed in, then I can go. We do have Vi here to help us out.
Yeah.
Okay, and Lee's top, so. You always want to be careful when you're leaving. Sometimes it's a good idea just to ping back, because AD carry may not notice that you're going to ward. That's a very popular time when people will attack. So I should have typed like care or something like that. I was just kind of keeping an eye on her. Waiting on Braum to use his Q. Alright, so I saw Lee over there. So you have to be careful because Lee can jump in. I think Braum's either talking to him or they're trying to bait us or something. I'm not really sure. I need to watch out. I had to get that ward down there on red. That's awesome. You have the red. That's really hard to do without any of the first tier towers down. Yeah, Lee could be here, so yeah, he is. If he goes in on it, we can kill him. They're really dangerous at skirmishing 3-on-3 right now with Braum and his stun, so we really don't want that. I'm not going up for that. He could be here. Okay, with 4 people, we can't do it. Oh, that wall, though. Nope. That wall messed up my flash cube combo.
Has destroyed a turret.
So that, you can counter Lee really well if he hits that Q. All you do is just stand on whoever has the Q target, and as soon as he goes in, you just Q him. Now they can try to dive me if they want to. I do have Vi here to help. I should have stayed under tower at least, I think, if I was going to make that play. That was a mistake. Either I make it and stay under tower. So I could have ulted and stayed under tower and probably baited them with Vi there. But I walked out of tower range, and so that was definitely a mistake. I gotta have more trust in Vi to come down and help me out. Let's go with this. We'll get one more fairy charm. Get another pink. That should be good, and we'll get one potion. I'm looking power-wise. Okay, Lucian got a kill, which is not awesome. But we're up like 20 CS, so we're about even. It's Vi building. Okay, good. Vi's building tanky with warrior. I like that. That Jinx might actually be able to get bottom. Can we ult him? Oh, she could have gone over and ulted him. We could have comboed him out, I think. It's okay. Head back down. Let's see if I can get some wards up here. Okay, there's Lee. Oh, Graves already got top lane. Nice. gonna be a lot of kills. I feel like somehow I messed that up. Okay, nice. Yeah, after Lee got out, I should have just left it alone. I did get them to recommit though and got some kills off of it. I just don't like dying. Alright. So I really like the Ionian boots. I know some people will get Mobies for lots of roaming, and that is good. But really, it's harder to get cooldowns in this patch, or maybe it has been all split long, but it's really hard to get cooldown, and cooldown, Alistar really needs it for his ultimate. Because you have to have it. You're so squishy, and it just doesn't provide the same kind of protection it used to. So you have to use it more often. Because before, you know, you wouldn't really have to pop it to your like 25% health. But now, really, if you're at 50% health, you need to pop it. If it's like an all-in fight. So, I'll go ahead and push this up a little bit. I can't tell.
Now I'm angry.
I just knew we had a 4v5 potentially, even though I was really far ahead of my team. I just wanted to do it to see if anyone would go for it. These fairy charms, I have a lot of staying power. I can use abilities like that and not worry about having to save mana in the mid game here. And I can sell them back for the late game. I don't want to dive too hard. Get out. Just watching for Zed trying to ult in on somebody and then I can Q him. Yeah, I see that wave over there. Okay. Well, did any of you not clear that? Someone needs to get this wave bottom. And Ifia should be able to clear against almost anybody. I mean, that's her whole thing. Zimobies would obviously be really good right there. But another reason to get the Ionians is fairly recently. I'm not exactly sure about the... they now give 10% extra cooldown to summoner spells also. And Alistar is one of the best flash users in the whole game. I mean, if you flash Q to start a fight, that can win the fight right there. A lot of times. Okay, well I made him flash at least to get that kill. I don't have my ult, so it's going to be really hard to defend this tower. Yeah, we can't do it. We gotta have at least one other person. Now, if they're trailing like this, we can. If we have 5. I don't have ult, so I have to be careful. I just want to run out of there as fast as I can. Ugh. That Braum passive's strong. I just need to be careful that I don't die to like just a random like Zed Q or something. With Alistar, like, when you go in, you don't have to stay there in auto. Just keep that in mind, that you can just go in and then run out immediately after you do your CC, because you're not doing a lot of damage by autoing in there. Like, yeah, you might do a little bit. It depends on the kind of situation, but a lot of times you just want to use your CC and run. And get back in your AD carry, if possible. I want to say close enough for the experience, but not close enough to where I kept taking damage. So a lot of times people get, well, let me see here, what do we have? They don't really have an AP threat here. They do have Zed, who's a problem. You know I'm a huge fan of Raptor's Cloak. They won't go for that. If you watched any of my other videos.
An ally has been slain.
And the reason for that
An enemy
is that a lot of times, especially in lower elo, which I suspect it probably is, a lot of times in lower elo, it's really hard to get good lane pressure to close out games when you're winning. And it can also defend towers when you're losing. And you get extra movement speed around towers, so that when you die, with something like Alistar, oops, okay. Oof, almost.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice. He's dead. Yeah, not gonna be able to do anything about that. He should have given it up. And we're getting a lot of damage at top. That's good. They're losing a lot of CS.
An ally has been slain.
I'm pretty sure the GA or the QSS doesn't clear Zed ults anymore, because there was a little patch there when he wasn't.
Nothing can hold me back.
So it used to. If you're kind of new to the game or you don't remember, QSS used to be able to clear everything, including things like Zed ults. But it doesn't do that anymore. So GA is better. It also gives you armor for trades. Now it is more expensive.
Double kill.
There you go.
Killing spree.
Did I really need to flash and get that there? You know, I don't know.
Now I'm angry.
But it's not, this late in the game, it's not usually worth using a flash for just a single kill if you can't get another objective off of it. Because it's such a powerful resource as Alistar. Like, you can win games off of that at this point if you get a good flash ult, or flash Q, feels like an ult. Now Zed's gonna come in and hunt her. I might be able to.
I know the way.
Okay, so this should help us. You can also bait with the ZZ, which is pretty good. Go for a little more health. Get another pink here.
Nothing can hold me back.
it also ZZ also passively gives you gold, so it lets the person who's the split pusher do something else, like come team fight with you. It's almost like having another player in the game, honestly, if you play it right and use it, you know, take advantage of its utility.
You must follow. Now I'm angry.
So I just wanted to set up a ZZ top. Now Brahm's gonna try to go kill it. I think we can kill these guys though.
Nothing can hold me back.
They did get a tower, but we did hurt him. Now, Braum went up there to kill my ZZ, but you notice he wasn't there for that fight. Also, people love to go for ZZ. Yeah, I'm just going Randuin's, I believe. We have enough health now, or enough mana now. I think. We'll see if that comes back to bite me, but... Mikhail's doesn't clear Zed ult either. So it's important to keep that in mind. That's why I'm not getting Mikhail's. If he did, that'd be sweet. It'd probably be too overpowered for poor Zed. How many people? We have 3 people here. Gotta watch out for Zed. Anytime there's a normal ward, I know I can clear it. If I just sometimes will just put a pink there. This should help us get this tower. Just waiting to see if he's going to go on that target. I do like Alistar, especially if it's going to put me in low gold, just because, like, he can make plays. Let me just wait on tower. Like, just wait on the tower, people. God. I still like Graves, both top and jungle. I'm not really sure why he fell out of favor. Okay, yeah, I'll hang out with him. I mean, I do have a lot of money, but getting a kill here would give Baron. We don't have Jinx. I didn't want to use both of my spells on that. I got it with just the Q. Can we do it?
Now I'm angry.
Get his easy going. That way if they want to come fight us, then at least we're going to get some lane pressure. Jinx takes it very fast though, so it's good. Now I have a zillion gold. Okay. That... I guess I'll get this just for the CD. AR. You notice I've died once this game. One time, and I'm Alistar. Just keep that in mind. Just because you are a tank champion that's designed to go in and start fights like that doesn't mean you have to die. As I said, you know, once both your CCs are on cooldown, you need to probably leave. It's not worth you taking, you know, an extra 2,000 damage when you deal like, you know, maybe 200 to somebody with 2 auto attacks. You're just going to get hit by a lot of incidental, like AoE stuff if you stay in there, so don't do that. As soon as you use your cooldowns, then leave. Alistar is also a great follow-up champion, so even if you don't get the initial time to watch and protect Jinx here. Ah, gosh. Why would she get a Negatron first? Like, I think a Randuin's is a pretty good answer, also. Oops. Alistar's pretty solid. I do like him. I mean, he can start fights, he can end fights, he has good kill pressure in lane, good tankiness, good survivability. I mean, I don't know how I get an S+. I mean, I don't care that much, but it's like I have a 24 KDA this game. I guess Anivia has a 20. Okay, let me see really quickly if I'm still down in the... what I would consider to be a low elo for my... like, lower than where I think I should be currently, I'll put it that way. Because of my hidden MMR being wrecked. Yeah, so I'm back down in kind of the gold 4-ish type of area. Which is fine, I can play down there. I mean, I think Alistar's really good at playing down there, actually. Because people are out of position a lot, so you can capitalize on that. So maybe Alistar is the ticket here. If it's going to put me in low gold, Alistar is a great way to climb up if you're in lower elo. Like I said, the few things that that I think you really need to focus on are... get back in here. The few things that you really need to focus on are using pressure in lane. So if you see them use a cooldown or something, like Braum uses his Q or whatever, then you go in with your WQ combo, do some damage. You don't have to go all in every time you do that. Just WQ combo, walk out. It's going to do some good base damage by itself. Both of them together will do like 150, 200 damage, depending on your level, whatever. A nice little chunk off their health. And if your AD carry even just throws like 1 or 2 auto attacks in there, it's a good trade. It'll deal like at least a quarter of their health. Now if you have a an AD carry that can go all in. Like, let's say you have a Lucian early, or a Jinx who can, or a Jen rather, who can follow up with that. So you do your combo. He does his, W to snare him, and then throws a trap on him. Like, I think if I did the headbutt combo, I think Jinx could pull off the throw a trap down instantly, and then W, and then by the time W is done, then the trap's ticking, and then just attack him a lot. Like, then you can go all in and kill. But even with Jinx, like, I didn't have a lot of kill pressure, but all I had to do was just combo. Jinx, a lot of times, just threw like 1 or 2 auto attacks. Like, if she had really been on it, she could have thrown chompers on him and probably gotten him. But it was still good enough just to harass, do a lot of damage. We were dominating that lane because of that. Alistar is also great at peeling, so, if things are getting weird, just Q and keep walking out of there, or headbutt and get out of there. One of the biggest challenges of Alistar, well, first of all, if you've never played him before, is learning his combo. It's not that hard, in theory. Use W, and while you're mid-air, you press Q. So they've made it easier for max range WQ, like I explained, but the mid-range is a lot harder. But knowing when to use the full combo or when to save your part of your combo is really important to understand, because if you use both of them, then you're not going to be able to do anything for like 10 seconds. You're just going to be walking around like auto-attacking stuff. You can maybe block skill shots or something like that, but you really don't want to use both of them if you don't have to, because they're both very, very powerful independent of the combo. So for example, and just think about the chain as well. So if someone CCs something right in front of you, you can walk up and Q it, wait on them to land, and then W them again and do a lot more damage. You can also flash Q, a popular thing under tower, if you're losing lane and you're under your own towers, you can flash Q, knock them up in the air, and then walk to the other side of them and W and knock them into your tower. And sometimes that's good enough for a kill, sometimes it's only good enough for a flash, but a lot of times if you can do that to the AD carry, especially trading your flash for theirs, it's good, because then if the jungler comes down, they're going to die. But like if someone's on a wall, for example, you don't have to do the full combo on them. Like you can W, knock them into the wall, it's going to like stun them for probably about like half a second or something, and then do your Q, and then you get an extra half second of CC, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. So if you're knocking people into walls, or if you're able to Q them and walk to the other side of them and Q or W and knock them back, that's a good combo. Sometimes just using your Q to peel as well. If they're trying to get on your AD carry, just use the Q to peel, hold on to your W, and then the next person that tries to come in, W to knock them out. So there's a lot of different combos with Alistar, so he can be difficult to play. The trick is just practicing and trying to figure out when to go for the full combo to initiate, and when to hold on to some of your combo for more peel, or when to like slow roll your combo, such as W them into a wall and then Q them a half second later to get the maximum effectiveness out of your CC. The one thing to be careful of when you flash Q is a lot of times other people will follow that up with their own CC, and I've learned this. So if they follow it up with their own CC, don't W and knock them out of the CC. So if you're playing a champion like Jen or something, and you flash Q, and they're on the ball, expect them to W. That's going to be an automatic hit, and then wait for that half a second, and then knock them back again. So just think about it. Just be careful. If you do your flash Q, people are just automatically going to use their CC, so you don't have to immediately W them to knock them back into your team. I know I've messed that up before when I've played Alistar. So, thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, check out the other channels in the video. I think Alistar might be our new ticket. We're going to play a lot of Alistar games. Another thing about Alistar, he's good at all matchups. So there's not a game where Alistar's bad. Because he can initiate, he can heal through tough poke lanes, he can dive, he can do almost everything. So I really don't know why I stopped playing him. I think I just got scared because of the nerfs. And I do like Tahm Kench, because Tahm Kench has more mobility. And Tahm Kench saves allies through heavy CC, which Alistar can't do. If someone gets CC'd by, let's say, a Morg bind or something like that, then Alistar can't stop other people from blowing them up. Like, you can headbutt people out in Q and try to like peel. He has really good peel, but some stuff people are just going to get blown up. Or like a Lux bind is a great example. If they get hit by a Lux bind, you're not going to be able to do anything to stop that, probably. This Lux is probably just going to, blow him up from a long range. But Alistar does have hard CC, 2 pieces of it, which is really important. Now, Nautilus is good too. I do like Nautilus. But, Nautilus does have really nice CC. But his trading is not, like, Alistar's kill pressure and trading in lane is so good, especially if you get a Fairy Charm or 2, because you can just do your combo and walk away, and they have no response to that most of the time. Whereas if you queue in with Nautilus, they're going to be able to hit you on the way out a lot of times. Yeah, you get a pull, you can CC them, like, it's good, but Nautilus is a lot more all-in than Alistar is. And you can use the Nautilus ult to start fights, but its range is really not that far. They've nerfed it recently. I think it's like 600 or 700. It's really not that far. It used to be like 900. So Nautilus can be good, but he's not as tanky as Alistar, and his CC isn't quite as reliable. Like you have to actually hit the anchor and stay in there and auto attack people. So I don't know. Nautilus is good. I do want to try out some more Nautilus, but I think that Alistar might be the ticket. So I'll definitely play some more Alistar games. How did I do in my last couple games in Alistar? I think it was pretty good. So we're only getting like 18 or 17 LP now because we lost like a lot in a row. We just had some terrible games, but I think the Alistar's been going well, especially the last couple of games. This one was going well, and then we ended up losing it. But what happened that game? Okay, we had a Vayne, which is bad. I think people just kept getting hit by Alistar or blitz hooks, and they had 2 assassins that were very fed. So Alistar is good into those 2 assassins, but he can't really do a lot about people getting blitz hooked. I can't remember. Everybody was just dying a ton that game. Yeah, Alistar, another thing, he's really good in team fights, and he's really good at roaming and skirmishing because of his hard CC and his tankiness. So he's just really good. He doesn't have a ton of weaknesses. So he's just, if you're a first pick especially, he's a really good choice. But okay, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, check out the other multiplayer videos. I have a ton of content on the channel. And then if you like Total War Warhammer, also check that out. I have lots of just quick battles. If you just want to watch some nice battles, kind of get your feet wet and see what you think about the game. I think it's a lot of fun. I think if you like League, you probably like Total War Warhammer, for multiplayer at least. I like the grand strategy portion of it. But I know sometimes people don't want to sit there and watch me manage cities and, think about stuff like that. I personally think that's a lot of fun. But if you just want to watch the fights, then I have lots of quick battles too, and I think those are fun to watch. And yeah, that's going to be it. So thank you very much for watching. It's always a pleasure broadcasting for you, and I look forward to seeing you next episode. Have a wonderful evening.